Drones?
We got to talk.
We might have. Do you have a drone flying over your head?
I'm just saying. Yeah. Let me look a little bit. Bell Kings Fantasy Football League. It's your man Tony D, aka the Random Multi Broadcaster. This is season 3 of the broadcast, week 15 of the 2024 season. We are joined by Fireman Richard, the Morning Coffee, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays on Rumble Studio. Y'all check him out, 0600 AM. Rich, how are you doing, sir?
Doing very good, Tony. Thank you for having me up along with Michael. Good to be here with you too. And as always, and I'm getting your alerts, so we're good on the alerts here.
I'm checking them out myself. We're also joined by Michael George Bathurst. Hashtag shout MGB. Mike, what is going on?
I like the new improvements to Restream. They have right on the dashboard now.
Oh.
They've got access to your mic and access to your camera. That has never been before.
I see that. Yeah.
That is, thank you so much, because I can't tell you how many times I've had it on some old camera microphone, and I'm like going, oh God, what have I done? But here I can, in a glance, just have a look at it, and I'm on the Fafine K6789. There you go.
Alrighty then. Gentlemen, recap from last week. Go for it, please.
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, man. A lot of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Breece Hall right now, the Jets, is knee. Alvin Kamara has an illness.
Oh.
The illness we don't know. Kenneth Walker the third is calf. Tony Pollard, ankle. I think this is all of Tony's lineup. Andre Swift. Is your name on here? Groin. There we go. Bucky Irvin, back. Mike Evans, my favorite in the world, right?
Yes.
Hamstring. George Pickens, who Tony has been talking a lot about recently. Hamstring. David Njoku, who I love saying his name. Hamstring.
Cool.
And Evan Ingram, shoulder. And all kinds of dysfunction and disharmony in the 49ers locker room. People refusing to go out on the field. And
Not good.
Did you hear about that? I heard just a little bit, and I thought, oh, that's awful. And then they're talking about it. You don't talk about it. You bury that. Right?
They can discuss it.
Not in the public forum. It's like when we have arguments, we don't share that on here.
It's more or less it's a dirty laundry. You don't need to air your dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Dirty laundry, I'll give you. Yes, dirty laundry, I'll give you.
Yeah. Tony, what are you doing?
Trying to share the broadcast out while you two recap the last week.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Game, all that good stuff. I tell you this every week. You don't pay attention. You just got a lot to say. Keep going, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And there's truth in that. I want to thank all the people at work who I saw this week who said they enjoy our broadcast.
Tell them I said thank you, honestly.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
And
going out to people, I appreciate that. Thank you.
They were smiling, and a couple mentioned Tony, and a couple mentioned Fireman Rich.
Bernie
I think someone said the only sane one there was Fireman Rich, and I went, there could be truth there.
Really?
There could be some truth there.
Thank you.
That's what are the guys at work? I think I used to drive crazy. He goes, I feel for Fireman Rich at times.
Oh, are you always getting on my case?
No, just that we're nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Hello there. Good day to you, Bernie. Thank you, buddy. Yeah.
Any Thursday night football, Monday night football? What else we got going on in the world before we get started, gentlemen? Rich, you got anything?
Just that the Buffalo Bills last week a little down from their loss to San Francisco, or no, to LA, and LA. They weren't the same team. They definitely. I think that Michael was saying that they probably won't win Monday night or Thursday night which they did over San Francisco because of their overplay and fantastic play. My hands off them, but they were able to stick in there and they won. And I think they eliminate San Francisco. But the Bills, a close one. They lost by two points, and today's game against Detroit Lions, who are, I don't know, we'll see. I don't know how battered up they are. They've recovered a little bit, but they're having their issues. And so this is a big game for the Bills today. So that's my main focus on all the games. There's a couple other games, but that being full disclosure, a Buffalo Bills fan. I wanted to go to Super Bowl. I think they're in the playoffs. So it's just they got to get over that hump of Kansas City. So
Mm.
You know what's
Go
you
ahead.
know what's really weird? I never thought this would happen.
what's that?
Trey McBride is rated the number 1 tight end right now in the league.
Oh, really?
They had him rated high in the preseason for fantasy. I was
Yeah.
skeptical about it because of the team he's on, but it's showing to be true.
Wow.
It is showing to be true. I'm
That-
saying who they got ranked on ESPN as we're doing the broadcast. But go ahead, Mike, please go ahead.
No, you're right. No, it's your show. George Kittle.
Hi, Bernie.
George Kittle is number 2. Travis Kelce still in there at number 3. Brock Bauer, number 4, and Jonnu Smith. I don't know if I'm saying that. Jonnu.
Jonnu. He got a touchdown the other night. I'm glad you said his name. What team is he?
He is Dolphins.
That was a Thursday night game, wasn't it?
Don't
No.
know. I
was L.A. and not this past Thursday, not last night or the other night.
The most
last
recent
time
game Jonnu Smith was in, he got a
the
touchdown.
Jets.
I was
They played the
celebrating.
Jets.
Yeah, I was celebrating when he got that touchdown because he's been in the league for a while. He's always been one of the favorite
No way.
picks for me. Yeah, Jonnu Smith's been in the league for a
I
minute.
don't know him. Okay,
Yes,
so-
he's. I rank him up there, one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL personally. I was happy he got a touchdown that night. It's about time. It really is about time for him to be up there. Bernie, I see you down. I'm not putting that on my screen, bossies, but it's all right. Gentlemen, you ready to get rolling?
Very good. Yes, sir.
Starting off, we got 17 sets of eyes. I want to thank everybody for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, week 15 of the 2024 season in accordance with NFL.com. The league is set at NFL.com. We got recommendations, we got suggestions, we got opinions, we got stats, we got ideas. We're going to do all of it. We're going to start it off with the quarterback recommendations for the week. Startums and sit-ems. We are starting it off. Jaden Daniels of the Commanders against the Saints. I have no debate against this one. None. No debate. You have to.
No, I
Period.
think
End of story.
If
every
you're-
week for the
if-
rest of the season.
If your fantasy, he's had so far 1 second here. He's got 267 fantasy points this year so far.
That's pretty good. That's
That-
pretty good.
That's in the top 5 for
Yes.
quarterbacks.
You do want to start him, especially against the Saints. They are not having the best season. We can't argue this at all. Kyler Murray of the Cardinals, start him against the Patriots. Yes.
Yes.
Period. That in the story. Yes. Matter of fact, Mike, you've been kind of raving about him more.
I do, but he's so inconsistent.
He's small. That's what
Well,
it is.
see, I'm never a shamer like you. 231 is his total points so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Rich, what you got?
But you're right. Yes.
Oh, Kyle Murray. Oh, definitely against the Patriots, hands down.
He looks afraid to get hurt, which is smart. He's not putting himself in harm's way.
Okay.
He's had previous injuries. I wouldn't call him afraid, but he's costing himself the more he gets hurt, so he has to play more cautious.
He's wise. Let's call it that. He's
It would
wise.
be wise. Jared Goff of the Lions against the Bills. Absolutely. This will be a game of the week. This will be a highlight game. Do not debate this. All hands on deck for both teams, in all honesty. We have a question in the chat. These nuts. Okay, that's funny as hell, first of all. Pick 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex PPR. James Cook, who is DeMonte? I'm not sure. David Montgomery, I'm thinking. Brees, Hall, Charbonnet, Laporta, Henry, London. Oof.
Okay, for me, it would be Jay Cook and Waddle. Waddle's been really hot just this last 2 weeks.
Yeah, because he's got Tua back. I'm going to take a stab at this. Running backs, I think I'm going to take Cook and Charbonnet. I don't know what Brees is going to do. Montgomery's fine, but he doesn't get big numbers.
Wasn't Charbonnet kind of hurt?
Yeah, he played the other day, though. He did a good run the other day. I did see a highlight with him on.
Oh, he's been really good for a couple of weeks, but I thought he got injured. I could be wrong.
It's cool. As far as the tight end, isn't Laporta tight end?
He sure is.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think I'm going to take
Detroit.
Laporta over Henry. Yeah. And as far as a flex, I would take Waddle at the flex. But those would be my picks. Rich, what you got on this?
The only player I know on there is Laporta and Henry. So
You know
Yeah.
Cook too, buddy. That's from Buffalo.
yeah. Who that?
And that's
James Cook,
the
first one.
yeah.
Jay Cook. Yeah, he's
Oh,
on Buffalo.
Cook. Yeah. Cook and Cook and Henry. I think they're a good player. But
I'm shocked how good Cook has been, aren't you,
Yeah,
this year? Holy crap!
You know, with Henry, the only thing against Henry is he doesn't get points. He's on the field,
Yeah.
but he doesn't get points. D's nuts, I appreciate that.
Hey, yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen. Bernie, get you some rest. Stay on your side of the world. I'm on your case. You started Jared Goff for the Detroit Lions against
Bernie,
the Bills.
don't break any hearts.
Everybody on the Lions against the Bills. You start everybody on the Bills against the Liners. This game will be all hands on deck. There is no debate. Narrative is on the screen. Read for yourself. I apologize for having something up there, but we get questions. I throw them up. I appreciate everybody for coming
That's
through.
why we're here.
Yeah.
That's right. Justin Herbert, the Chargers. Start him against the Bucks. That is a no-brainer. I think this will be an interesting game personally. I want to say both teams are on the edge of being in the playoffs and not being in the playoffs. I think this one is going to be interesting. What you got on this one, Rich?
What did I have here as far as the Bucks? They're in they're leading their division, so if they win their division, they go. As far as San Francisco or San Diego or the Chargers, I should say, they're in the hunt. So Chargers need this game, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to stay in first in their division. As far as winning the division, they need to win. So it's a win for both of these teams, I think, for this week. Every game is crucial between now and the playoffs now. So this will be an important game for both these. Well, every game is important, like I said. So Tampa Bay could get it done, but Chargers, and this is in Tampa Bay, I believe. So that might be a little. But I would start Herbert. He's a good quarterback, despite what others might say. I like him.
Gotcha.
Chargers are a good team. They're a surprising team.
Chargers are a good team. Yeah, Mike was against me at the beginning of the season. I do agree, but they're in decent position.
I had mixed feelings at the beginning of the season, but they shown that.
I had optimism, but I was mixed about it as well.
I was dead wrong. Let's put it that way. I was not kind.
You don't have any faith, but they proved themselves, which that happens.
Well, I've always had faith in Justin. I just didn't see any pieces around him. They've somehow
the whole team as a whole,
but they play great, and we talked about this last week. If they get a couple of new players, holy crap, they're going to be something.
Agreed. More starting options. Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins against the Texans. Yes. Vikings, Sam Darnold versus the Bears. Yes. Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield at the Chargers. Yes. No debate at all. Can't even argue the Sidham's quarterbacks that they do not recommend you start today. CJ Stroud of the Texans against the Dolphins. The Texans are starting to look a little bit inconsistent. I have to agree with that. But I'm starting him myself because a lot of hype last year. We're going to carry that faith through the rest of the season.
It's the playoffs. Everything is down to the wire now.
The playoffs haven't started yet. They haven't started.
No, but in their mind it is. They're starting to groove. Like most
the
teams.
kicker is all they got to do is win a playoff game, and it'll be a successful season for them. They've made it to the playoffs as a franchise before. They have to win a playoff game, and I think they need to win maybe 2. Somebody may need to check that on from me and about what I'm saying, but I only remember them making it and not winning the playoff game, especially
Is Miami still in the bubble?
Yes, they should be.
Yes, they are. Yes,
they should be. Yeah. Tina, how you doing, man? Thank you for coming through. Rich, what you get on this one?
I don't know. He's been a little inconsistent, and Chicago itself has. Let me see. They're at the bottom of the barrel. They have to win every single game, and then other teams have to lose. So they're like off the fence and outside on the side of the street here as far as that goes. So I
wouldn't sit him. You know why, guys? Because Miami's defense is not good.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Mike.
Like people have a field day against them.
Right.
That's one of their weakest aspects, and I disagree a little bit with Tony. I know it's not a playoff game, but to them right now,
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I got you.
This is
end
crunch.
Of the season. The season is winding down. So
this next one, I don't understand.
He's been consistent as far as he's been averaging anywhere between 240 to 250 yards per passing. Yeah. He got 14 points last week, which is about average, a little below. 16 is usually the average. Fantasy point wise, I think he'll against Miami. He probably will get fantasy points as far as that goes. And
But
I
here's the
almost
kicker.
agree with Mike on the next one there. I'm not. I would probably agree because the team he's going against, I'm not too sure.
Here's the kicker with this game. Both of them are in their weather, if you will. Both of them got a little bit of issue
Yeah.
defensively, from what I'm understanding, based on what Mike just told me with the Dolphins. We heard about the Texas defense earlier this season. The Dolphins, if they got a problem with their defense, this is going to be a high-powered offensive game. I see a lot of points. We just got to see who the victor is. The Eagles. They say do not start Russell Wilson
What?
Steelers against the Eagles.
Oh, I know why. I
This is
know
about
why.
points. This is about points. Now we're going to have a hell of
Yeah,
a game right here.
Yeah,
Let me be
because the
honest.
Eagles are beast on defense.
This
That's why.
will be one hell of a
Yeah.
game.
This is the second game after the Bills Detroit game.
This is a monster football game. They couldn't have planned this any better at the time of year, in the season of the year, around a part of the season, all of that. Everybody will be able to watch this game.
Tony, do
Everybody
you
likes
think the Steelers can win some playoff games?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about you,
Absolutely.
Rich? Rich, the only sensible one. That's what they tell me. Go
If
ahead.
they get to the play, yeah, if they'll make it to the playoffs. Again, they're currently where are they? Pittsburgh. Their first
Steelers are a problem.
division. If they win the division, I think that they can win. I think they're capable. It's who they get pit against on the first round.
The Steelers can slow the Eagles down, and
Yeah.
the Eagles can beat the Steelers. This is almost a Super Bowl game.
Yeah. Do you know what the
It's
big
really-
Pickens is not good? That's why I think
Yeah.
there's because he is on fire when him Pickens. He does that. What do they call it? The moon ball.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Mercy.
So
is-
this is going to be a real test for Russell as far as and also for to see if the Philly's for real. It's going to be interesting. to
Philly
see
is for real.
how,
Philly is for real. Tony and I
Philly is for
finally
real.
agree on something.
Now,
Eagles
Rick-
fly.
And Rich, I apologize for cutting you off.
no problem.
Please excuse me. The Eagles are for real. The Steelers are a problem. This is a game right
Yeah.
here. If you are not an NFL fan, do yourself a favor.
It's going to be interesting to see how Barkley runs against the Steelers because
And you know what else is going to be interesting? This is going to be me looking for something specific. I want to see Najee Harris lose his mind and run crazy. I want to see him do what Saquon Barkley's been doing because Najee Harris is overdue. We got a question in the chat. And Bunsen, thank you for coming through. Darnell Mooney or Hopkins for a wide receiver 2 slot. I'm going to say Hopkins personally.
I
His
say
numbers may
Mooney.
not be where they should be. We know what to expect from him, and we know what he can do. But I will put Hopkins over Mooney because Hopkins used to be one of the best receivers in the NFL.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, your thoughts, please.
Darnell for sure. Darnell looks like it feels like momentum to me, where Hopkins might be playing with an injury or something. If it was my money, I would go with Mooney. But yeah, either is not horrible. But I would go with Mooney with
What
a
you
slight
think,
edge.
Rich?
I think without even checking the stats, I think both of these guys are equal. So I think it depends on the matchup for the other team.
Well said. And you're actually correct. Hopkins is on Kansas City now, correct?
Yeah. So
Yes.
He may not get the ball that much.
Yeah.
Mooney is on a team and he doesn't score that much.
yeah. So that's it might be a wash.
But-
for them.
But he's been showing signs of being better
Right.
Yes.
lately. Mooney. Okay.
If they're getting the play called in their favor, it's going to work out on either one. And Bunsen, I appreciate you for coming through. Russell Wilson of the Steelers, don't start him against the Eagles. This is going to be about points. He'll be
Yeah.
on the field. He'll make the ball.
I think he'll make his 16 points for quarterback and stuff
Yes.
like that. He's not going to. This is going to be I'm a little cautious on this being a blowout game and stuff because of the two teams'
I don't
characteristics.
see a blowout. I don't see a blowout at all. I see a
No.
fight. I'll be honest with you. I see a fight. This is going to be. You might want to put an asterisk next to this game. Put
Yes,
a,
there
put
you
a-
go.
put a
Exactly.
blow, all of that good stuff. You want to see this game. Geno Smith of the Seahawks. Do not start him against the Packers. I hate to say it. I agree. Do not start him against. Damn.
You think so?
Yeah, the Packers will slow him down. Now he is very enthusiastic. He is very motivated. He is looking very well with that team. I still call him the Phoenix because his career has been resurged while he's been in Seattle, and it's working well for them. I congratulate the Seattle.
He has
Seahawks.
burned me the last 2 or 3 weeks. I just thought, oh no, he can't do it again. He can't do it again. And he did.
He does it. Yes.
Yeah.
He's playing
So,
very well.
but Green Bay. Ooh, I think
Yeah,
I picked
Green
Green
Bay.
Bay. I picked Green Bay. I think you did too,
Green
Tony.
Bay is an absolute
Yeah,
problem. This
yeah.
is gonna be
In that case, yeah, they could be it could be trouble for Gino.
quite frankly, this is another game that you must watch. This is going to be an excellent
Sure.
game.
This might be the best game this week. It's
I don't
just
know
you
about
don't.
the best. It's going to be one of, but I
No,
don't know.
I mean
That's right.
action wise. You know how sometimes you end up watching the game and you go, I didn't even think this would be good.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that might be that game
I
this
got
week.
you, and I'm good with that too.
Oh,
Cousins,
Kirk.
sit him
Oh, he
against
might.
the Raiders.
He'll do good against them.
Against the Raiders, he should be fine. But this is my problem with Kirk. He's throwing it too much. Let them boys run the ball. No disrespect to the squad. No disrespect to him as a quarterback. But he's getting too many interceptions this season.
Yeah.
They did well in the beginning. They started off great. You're going to have to do more than just throwing it downfield. You got to let the guys run. Do the short pass. Let them hit some people. I know you want to protect your folks. I know you want to take charge. You've done well. You have earned at least a third of your money that they gave you this year. You've earned it.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, listen to me.
He's
Please,
hurt.
if you can hear me. You have earned your money.
Yeah.
You have earned respect in Atlanta, in my opinion. For me, as somebody who watches football, I never doubted you. I knew you were going to be fine. We just want to see Penix play. But for what you've done this year, I will tell you, you've done good, Kirk Cousins. You've done good. I will disagree with this, but based on what's going on, I know where they're coming from. The Raiders aren't the best. If y'all lose to the Raiders, it's going to be a whole lot of hell, but nobody sees that happening. Rich, what you got on this? My apologies.
The fantasy impact on Cousins, I would sit him if I have somebody better and stuff because Kirk Cousins has struggled behind the center, throwing one or more interceptions in each of his last 4 games of the Falcons. The veteran quarterback will be looking to right the ship in a favorable week for the Falcons, hopefully against the Las Vegas Raiders because they're not that great of a team. But I think this is one where if this is in Las Vegas, I think Las Vegas. I'm not sure who I picked.
I don't know who's going to win because I'd have been out partying with both of their records.
Yeah.
I'm in Vegas for a game,
So
man.
I would have to agree with, even though he's a top tier quarterback, supposedly he's had his problems, and I would not. I don't know, unless you have faith in him. He's shown that they're paying too much money for him now.
They're not paying too much. You'll get him 100% healthy and imagine what.
Well, the amount of money they paid for him, they may not. Atlanta, they may not make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, they're at risk of losing the playoff spot, but I still see them making it.
You think so?
They got to get past Tampa Bay.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They're right on the nip end, but they have to win games. And if they have a quarterback that's not consistent, in my opinion, Kirk Cousins has not been consistent, and it might be from what Michael said due to the injury.
Absolutely.
I think he's got this game. This game he's got. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. This team. Yeah, I think he'll get past this game. I don't know who they play next, but he should be able to get by. And he might be a good choice because I think he'll get some yards with them. He'll doesn't have
yards. He'll get plenty of yards. Absolutely.
As long as the Raiders don't get to him. If they get to him,
Raiders are favored 4.5 points. I'm just looking at the spread now. So
because they're defensive, they love to rush the quarterback, and he's not elusive.
He's not. He isn't elusive. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations. Week 15, 2024 season. In accordance with NFL.com, we are now about to go to running back. Somebody check the record of the Falcons for me, please, real quick.
Yeah, I had it right here. The Falcons are.
I thought they were in first for a while.
No, they're 6-7, and they're 1 game behind 7-6 for Tampa Bay. So
good for Tampa.
We got to get right behind Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's doing very well.
And everybody in that division is still in the. I don't know how they got Carolina at 3.
Carolina can't still be in it. They got how many losses do Carolina have?
They have 10.
Yeah, they're out of it. The hell with that.
But they don't have the E as according to ESPN, where the Giants are 2-11. So and Las Angeles, Las Vegas Raiders, they're out of it. So they might go all hands on deck just to win the game and stuff.
Yeah, they're AFC, so they're not going to. Las Vegas might be do or die. You're right. They're just probably going to take people out. Start them and sit them recommendations for the running back position. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this off. Start James Conner of the Cardinals against the Patriots. Yes. I've got nothing against this. What you think, Mike?
I would not sit him.
No, they say start him.
Yeah.
Oh, start him. Oh, okay, I thought we were doing. Okay.
No, look at the screen while we did.
No, I'm looking at him right here. Sorry, I was looking at his stats. It says over a 69.5 rushing. Yeah, he's one of the bright lights on Arizona. He's really fun to watch, and
Yeah.
he's explosive and elusive. There's that word
Yes.
again. Sorry.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
need
so
that for running
definitely.
back. You need that for running back. Elusive is a great word. What you think, Rich?
He racked up last week fantasy point wise 18 points. I think he's more than capable of. Let's see. Last week he ran for 90 yards for 18 carries and caught all four of his passes that were thrown to him for 32 yards, scoring in the Arizona's 30-18 loss to Seahawks on Sunday. So I would start him. He's consistent.
He's been consistent. He's been great down in Arizona ever since he left the Steelers.
Yeah.
Congratulations on him through his career, where he's at right now. Absolutely. Chuba Hubbard of the Panthers, start him against the Cowboys. Let me go ahead and tell you absolutely. Say what you want about the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, at the same time on the same page.
He's doing a great job on a team that's catching all types of hell.
He had
was one of the higher
66.
recommended running backs. He wasn't one of the higher ones, but he was up there. I'll say top 20. And I said, I'm going to keep a watch list on him. He's been doing great. He has saved me on a couple of games this season. Big ups to Chuba Hubbard. The Dallas Cowboys, once again, are an absolute bona fide shambles. We have no idea what's going on with them. CeeDee Lamb did his best to hold that team together and to keep them on the board and maintain their relevancy during the game last week. And then they had that botched play at the end of the game that pissed Micah Parsons off. He was furious. I saw it in his face. He was heated, and I don't blame him. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I've liked him for about 2 months now. I think he is going to be a major star in the league if he stays.
He might be a good piece for another team, though, huh?
I think he should stay there, and I think they should.
Really? Okay, that's it.
And I think they should build. Every
I agree
team,
with Mike. I agree with Mike.
every team in the league right now is about 3 or 4 pieces away from being a contender. That's how close it is. I can't believe, like, if Dallas had him, like we're doing the flip here, we might have a slightly different season. But
Ooh, can I jump in on that?
yeah, of course,
If Dallas had him, he would do just as well as Tony Pollard did.
right.
Probably, yes.
Similar in the running back performances that we've seen this season. Those two are pretty much a running back tandem. And they're not even number one starters for the most part. I say number one as far as one of the higher ranking ones. Him and Tony Pollard do the same thing.
He
Yes.
had 16 points fantasy point wise last week against Philly, and he's a workhorse for the Panthers.
Mhm.
Cut and dry, like you said. The rest of the team, they might be, freaking.
And Bryce is looking better.
True.
Bryce is looking better. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Debbie, how you doing? Here's the thing with
Hi,
Rich
Debbie.
with workhorse. There's a wide receiver on the Panthers.
I doubt.
Is it Xavier Leguet? I think it is. One of y'all in the chat, if you know his name. There's a wide receiver on the team. He's trying to do his best as well. So they got 2 people in play. And like I said, they drafted a lot of young guys. It looks like the build is starting to work now. I think they've gotten through some of the rust. I'm not going to say all, because we're about a season and 3/4 out of the way from a whole new roster of players, and things are starting to look like they're gelling. I do recommend this, y'all. Keep up with him. He should be a high fantasy football pick next season, definitely, if he's 100% healthy. Aaron Jones of the Vikings, start him against the Bears. No debate, none, zero, zilch, nada, none. Matter of fact, neither one of you don't say nothing. Yes, that is a done. You have to do this. My apologies. I don't mean to be rude, but just stop it. You have to start him. You have to start him. Put him on your roster. Put him on your watch list for next season. Keep him and get him on your team. Sorry, gentlemen, I had to do that. Rico Dowdell of the Cowboys.
Was Jonathan Mingo the person you were thinking of?
No.
Okay.
Aaron Jones specifically. He is a monster running back.
No, I was talking about the Panthers before the last question you asked.
No, it was Leguet, I think his name is Legu,
Okay.
something like that. I forgot. Rico Dowdell of the Cowboys. Start him against the Panthers.
Yes.
There's no debate. That man has taken in the spot that Tony Pollard had, and he is looking about as good as Ezekiel Elliott at the same damn time. If you don't have him on your roster, get him. We got a question in the chat. Controversial. How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Burrow or Daniels? Ooh, I'm gonna let you two have this one. Y'all debate this, please.
Ooh.
I would take Burrows, and only because his production is higher than Daniels. That's all.
Oh, Daniels, that's a backup quarterback. That's gonna. Or no, that's on.
No. They're talking the key. Uh,
To
we're
keep.
talking for the Commanders.
Oh, Daniels on command. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Jaden,
Ooh.
Jaden
I,
Daniels,
I, I,
rookie of the
I
year,
would have,
maybe.
I would have to go with Burrows.
Yeah,
Burrows he's going to get the points, fantasy football wise and stuff.
Numbers wise,
I
I
think
understand Burrow.
Yeah.
Performance wise, I like Daniels. Now, there's
we're
something
talking for fantasy, right?
fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
are
would go
looking
Burrow.
at absolute relevancy between the two. This is one of those questions where you got to pull up the numbers and almost look at each specific number in every game.
And the games.
Consistency, yes, you have to do all of this. Is an outstanding question, controversial. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Say this one for the end. We got to bring this one back up. Somebody
Both
write this down.
Cincinnati and Washington are favored to win their games by 7. So let's see, Washington 7 points over the Saints, and then Cincinnati 5 over the Tennessee. So I think Washington might have a problem with the Saints because they're in New Orleans. The Cincinnati Bengals. Burrows has he's been playing good, but the team is just crapping out and stuff like.
He has been one of the most productive
Yes.
quarterbacks in the league.
We've talked about this on your broadcast, Michael. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a couple of minutes on this. Rich, you think the team is crapping out on Burrow?
Yes.
No, there's certain players there. They're trying to perform because you can see the frustration on Burrow. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing as a quarterback, but he's sitting there and he says, "What else can I do?" He's getting the points and stuff like that. But when it just the defense isn't doing this, or sometimes there's a couple drop balls that could have been key. Burrows is still a good quarterback, even
Let me
though.
throw this in here. I saw the last game. Actually, I caught a piece of their most recent game. I saw the team that was in the Super Bowl. I kind of want to disagree with you because they look like they're back to their old form. You may be seeing something.
Well, they're 5-8, and they should be right tied
They
up.
have a better record. I agree. They should have a better record. 100%.
Better than what it is right now.
100%. But wasn't he injured for a while?
No, but he's still. You look at his overall numbers. His overall numbers are pretty decent as far as a quarterback and stuff like. And I think fantasy football. I can't see what the stats are, but I guess I'm just when I've watched him play in the games I've watched over the last several weeks and stuff. They pan over and he's just like shaking his head. It's like, what more can I do?
Looking like Aaron Rodgers.
Rich.
No, he's a completely different. Aaron Rodgers.
Face.
Don't get me going on Aaron Rodgers. Please.
He's got 33 touchdowns this year, 3,706 yards.
Right.
And his QBR rating is 74.1. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah, they should be better than that. It's just like the stats show. And but I would go for points for fantasy football. I definitely go with because Daniels is still a rookie. Well, he's not a rookie this year, is he?
I think he is a rookie this year.
Okay, so I would definitely go with the sure thing, and that would be Burrows.
Gotcha. Great question, controversial. Thank you again.
Yes.
Rico Dowdell against the Panthers, no brainers. More starting options. Chase Brown of the Titans. Chase Brown of the Bengals against the Titans. Yes, I think Mike talked about him a few weeks ago.
He's really good. He's undersized, but he's really peppy.
Gotcha. Commanders Brian Robinson Jr. against the Saints. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to do this. That might be a tough game. That just might be a tough game. The Buccaneers, Bucky Irving.
He's listed as questionable for this week as with a groin injury.
Gotcha.
That's probably why.
Bucky Irving and Rachaad White of the Buccaneers against the Chargers. Now, a couple of weeks ago, they said sit them. Now they recommend starting them. That says something to me about the Chargers defense. Mike, that's going to be your world because you're a bit of a critic against them. What do you think about the defense of the Chargers?
Where are the Chargers? What are we looking at? Oh, you're looking at before the synopsis.
Yeah. Mike, what do you think about that?
Say that again.
Bucky Irving and Rachaad White. They say they're starting options against the Chargers.
Oh, Bucky.
A couple weeks ago, I think maybe last week and even the week before, they had Bucky Irving and Rachaad White. They kept telling us to sit them.
Yeah, but Bucky was phenomenal. We both laughed. he had a career game of his life. See, but that always happens.
That does happen. Yes.
No, it happens on the show all the time. We're like going, and we'll go, and people go, they got a terrible record, and we're like, no, I don't look at just the record. I look at the way they played the
Absolutely.
week before. And
Absolutely.
sometimes people are about to break out. You can tell, and that's I think that's why our record's so good, guys.
Yeah.
That's why we're beating analysts.
That's right.
There we
Sit
go.
'ems. Running backs to sit. DeAndre Swift of the Bears sit him against the Vikings. That's because of the Vikings record. The Vikings,
He's
look at
good.
them,
He's
11.
hurt.
Listen. They are 11-2. I did not see that coming this year. I did not see the Vikings.
But like I was saying, this guy has a groin injury. As far as
Gotcha.
it goes. So
Yeah.
that-
We mentioned that at the beginning of the show, but
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, I didn't think he could play on any team.
Right.
So there again, I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know what? I drafted Sam Darnold when he was a rookie and got laughed at. Look at what he's doing now.
Oh,
Him
he's so good.
and Geno Smith.
Should they keep
phenomenal.
him, guys?
Yes,
Should
they
they-
should. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm just asking because they've got a key piece. They've got like the future, right?
Right now, it's looking good. We can't say that yet. He should come back next season. I'll give him next season, but you know what gets Sam Darnold? People don't talk about that cold weather.
Right. That
That
can
cold
that
weather
can
will
be
get
a
him.
factor. Yes, it's
That
definitely.
cold weather will get him, and he's inside. So right now, he's got a team. They are looking phenomenal. Damn, how does Kirk Cousins feel right now? Because he did the same thing not too long ago. They were great. DeAndre Swift is injured. Yeah, we got to go ahead and sit him. But the Bears against the Vikings, I don't even think the Bears would have beat the Vikings today. I don't. But we're going to see how it goes. Najee Harris of the Steelers and Jalen Warren. of the
He's
Steelers.
hurt.
He's hurt. Yes. I was
Who is?
say, he didn't practice this week. The second guy there, I don't know. He looked like he did pretty good last week as far as let's see.
Jalen, yeah.
Well, he got the average point. He's good for 7-8 points and stuff. He's projected for 7.
Jalen Warren's always been the backup running back. Najee Harris has been the starter. Both of them have been on the field in the same time, so they're spreading the ball between the two of them. That's why neither one of them are breakouts. Listen, for those who do not know, Mike has always emphasized we may have somebody new. We may have somebody who doesn't know what's going on. Najee Harris is the same size as Derrick Henry. Najee Harris graduated from the same college and was drafted from the same college. Excuse me. They were both drafted from the University of Alabama. Let me tell you something. Those two are similar. Najee Harris should be doing what Derrick Henry has done. I am upset that his numbers aren't better
Yeah.
because when he got drafted by the Steelers, I actually thought it was going to work and it was going to be great. He's been close to 1,000 yards a couple of seasons. Mike, check on that, please. Najee Harris's historical stats.
He's been hurt a lot. He's
Yes,
at
he
eight.
has been hurt. Yes,
He's at 877 right now. I think he'll hit 1,000 yards this year. He's had 5 touchdowns, but he's only averaging 3.9. He's not Saquon. Hey, I got it.
3.9. I will take 3.9 to carry as an average. That's not a problem to me. Go ahead. What was you saying?
No, I'm just supporting you right now. Rushing attempts 223, so they're giving them the ball. Like he's getting the ball enough. He's getting enough.
And they're stopping him. Honestly, they are stopping him. Rich, what you got on this?
Let's see here. On these two, like I said, the first one he hasn't been practicing, so he's not going to be a factor. This other guy, Warren, I think he might be a good running back, but then again, Philly has I think a good defense to stop the run as far as that goes.
Philly has good defense to stop them. Both of them are good running backs. Let's
Well,
be
the first
clear.
one he's out. He's injured and he's not going to be playing. So
Okay, so I got to change him on my roster. When it comes to fantasy, and I always tell people this, there's going to be players everybody recommends. Find the players that you want to stick with it. That's the aspect of fantasy to me. I know players that I like, and I like to put my team together. Najee Harris is my starting running back on my fantasy team. Period. He's going to be. He has been for the past couple of seasons. Jalen Warren has been an excellent backup. They recommended him on the watch list in one of my leagues about 2-3 seasons ago, and I've just been watching his performance. He's a great backup. He's an excellent backup. He's just
Are we still talking about Philly? Because I think this should be talked about right now.
wait, because it's saying sit Najee Harris and Jalen Warren.
yeah, because he's non-participant in the Pittsburgh's practice this week. So.
Yeah, so Najee Harris isn't up there right now. That's going to give Philly an edge. Now you got it correct, Mike. Go over yours, please.
Philly is not super great on the run. They're okay.
I beg your pardon. Whoa. I beg your pardon.
They're not great on the run.
Have you ever heard the name Saquon Barkley?
No,
No. I don't mean that. I mean
defensive.
defending the run.
Defending the run. That's what you meant. Gotcha.
Sorry, because we're talking about the running back. Sorry, I didn't explain myself. But there is turmoil again in that locker room. We've got receivers that are unhappy with quarterbacks
AJ
again.
Brown. Yeah, that was AJ Brown. I saw that. Yes.
Like, keep that in the locker room.
They can't help it. Everybody's getting frustrated on a bunch of teams. You're
That's
correct.
ego, buddy. That team is doing
here's
well.
Here's another thing. Philadelphia Eagles already clinched the NFC.
Mhm.
They could be
Everything that's going through
they
Philly
might
for
go
their
ahead and kick
Yes.
back a little bit and stuff like that. So
You remember they imploded last year? They had 10 wins in a row and then lost the next 6.
That happens with them a lot. Look at their record. It won't happen this season. I talked about that at the beginning. They are great for having a 6-game losing streak. Phenomenal for it. It doesn't look like it's going to happen this season at all. It doesn't.
No, they look like they've worked through some of their problems. So,
Absolutely. Gentlemen, I'm going to agree with this from a points aspect, disagree with it because they'll be, well, Jalen Warren will be on the field. Najee Harris wasn't. Appreciate that info, Rich. Thank you for telling me that. Travis Etienne of the Jaguars, sit him against the Jets. It's because both of those teams are in shambles. I can't debate this.
Well, last week he was held to 20 yards rushing.
There
So
you go.
he didn't get no points. So I think that's and overall he hasn't he last week he did still get 7 points, and that was been his for the last 4 or 5 weeks. That's been his highest point. So he's only going to he's projected to get another just barely 7 points.
Gotcha. What you got on this, Mike?
I've always liked him. I would not sit him, especially against New York. New York is a bit of a train wreck. They did show that they were pretty good last week. They were pretty good. That was the best game I've seen Aaron play. He was over 300 yards. He has not done that in a long time, like years.
Gotcha. You know what, Rich? You said Najee Harris isn't playing today.
No, I didn't say he wasn't playing. He's he wasn't practicing. So I don't know if they're going to be. The reports is Najee Harris was rested, non-participant in Wednesday's practice.
Gotcha. Okay. I was about to say they don't have him as like not playing. Travis Etienne of the Jaguars.
He's not injured or anything like that. So something's going on where he didn't practice. That could be anything and stuff.
Do you know what kills me about the Jets? If you look at their roster, guys, they should be doing better.
Agreed.
Like if you look at all the star players they have, and you look at the Chargers have nobody, and yet you look in here and you're thinking, God, their second tier receivers are decent.
The
Like
Jets
Xavier,
have
yeah,
a roster that should be relevant. The Browns have a roster that should be relevant. The Cowboys have a roster that should be relevant. The Raiders were historically known for having a roster that should have been relevant, and all of them looking like trash right now. I agree.
But just hear me out 1 second here. We've got Devontae Adams. We know is great.
Mhm.
Jason Brown is good. Irvin Charles is good. Xavier Gibson some weeks is amazing, and then you've got Garrett Wilson who has been okay, and he should be in the top 5. Should be.
Of wide receivers in the NFL, I agree.
Yeah. Period.
I agree.
So what is that? There's 5 guys that are good. And then you look at Buffalo and you go, it's okay. They're okay. They're not great. They're okay. They're okay. But they get it done. That's what I'm saying.
I got you. Travis Etienne, sit him against the Jets. Sorry. Nick Chubb of the Browns, sit him against the Chiefs. What do you want to say against this?
No.
I'm going to tell you why I agree with this.
No.
About 3 or 4 weeks ago, it was stated up here. The Kansas City Chiefs have stopped the best running backs in the NFL. None of them got more than 50 yards in the game.
Yeah.
You're talking about a premier running back coming in. They know to target them. They know to get them. They know to stop them. I have to agree with this pick. Off of that alone.
Kansas City has not been great, guys.
Recently? Maybe.
No. All year.
At the beginning of the season, they did. And it's on one of these broadcasts. I forgot what week it was.
Did you watch the game last week where it went
I saw it last week.
They leave it down to the last one. They do. It's almost like they're spoiled children going, I'm just going to work hard enough to win.
Like I said before, people got to beat them and look at their record. They're not doing it.
Oh, the record is phenomenal. I'm just saying they don't
beat the Chiefs, and they're not going to let you beat them.
I swear they're saving something for the cake. at the end of the year.
Absolutely, the Super
Right?
Bowl. You damn right. As long as we got home field, and
They don't give a shit. They're not. They're going 70% tops. They are. Where you see, with the Browns, they're going 110 every game, hoping.
That's right. Rich, what you think about this?
He got 4 points last week against Pittsburgh with 48 yards rushing. He leads the, he's a premier running back, but you look at his overall rushing yards over the last 4 games, they're just barely averaging 40 to 45 yards. And the only touchdowns he's had in the last 4 games is 2 touchdowns against Pittsburgh in Week 12. So I could see where they say, if you got somebody, the name is like, you're supposed to be a good good running back and stuff, and the stats are just not adding up to. And Cleveland, they're eliminated right now. So,
Rich, I love when you are right.
Shit. Oh, let me press the record button on
that. There you go.
No, but you can't beat logic. There's a lot of
45. That's your marker. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your running back recommendations. Week 15 of the 2024 season. Of course, NFL.com. We are now going to go to the wide receiver position. Y'all are wild.
No, but he's
the writing's on the wall, in the matter.
I think the writing's smeared on the wall, but go ahead.
Start him and sit him. Jerry Jeudy of the Browns. Start him against the Chiefs. Really?
Start him.
Really? Great wide receiver. Great quarterback. Quarterback is known for interceptions. I'd be wary of this pick myself.
I like him.
Let me see what it is.
I would be wary of this pick myself because Jameis Winston is throwing interceptions. Jerry Jeudy's a monster. If he's getting his numbers, great. But I'd be a little wary of this prediction here.
Yeah, why?
Interceptions by the quarterback.
No, he caught 5 of the 6 targets for 64 yards last week. So he ended up getting 12 points, and he against Denver. In week 13 he had 31 points. So
that was his old team. It was his old team. He wanted to go at him.
That was his best game fantasy ever.
Yeah. So he got 12 points. He's projected to get 9. I think he could. It depends on the quarterback as far as how accurate he is.
I agree. That's my whole point.
Kansas City's stingy on points.
True.
They are. They're stingy. You're not going to blow them out 50. It's not going to happen.
This prediction right here is going to come down to the secondary of the Chiefs.
Yep.
And I don't have much on them. Garrett Wilson of the Jets, Devontae Adams of the Jets. Start them against the Jaguars. Mike, you were just talking about this. Go for it.
You have to start both of them. But I think the Jets it's too little too late. But don't forget, everybody's trying to be employed. And, the ones that are out now have more than ever. It's just showcasing what you've got. Because, there's going to be teams that need these receivers. And let's be real, Devontae Adams is not exactly young. So hopefully he has a good game. Garrett Wilson, someone will take a chance on him somewhere. He is still...
If he leaves the Jets, that'll be a heartbreak, but I agree with you. What you think, Rich?
I'd start Garrett Wilson. He had 114 yards last week in their loss, but that's a lot of yardage. Devontae Adams, he is another one that was absent from practice on Thursday, so he'll be there probably playing, but to what capacity? Adams got a rest day on Thursday. He should be back to practice on Friday. So let's see. Last week he got 16 points compared to the other guy got 11 points. So I don't know. He could be affected by no practice. What's going on there? So I guess you would start both of them. He's going to be playing, so he's good on the point. Both of them are good on the points. So I would definitely start him. Especially
they're great receivers, Rich.
Yeah, and I think like you said, they're good targets for their quarterback.
Listen. He still has a great arm. He just doesn't. He has one of the sweetest throwing. Yeah. He's fun to watch.
Yes, true.
He's getting his numbers. They're just not winning. That's
like Flacco. I think Flacco was a little bit better watching, but he crashed and burned there.
The Jets are getting they're getting numbers. They're just losing games.
Really?
Aaron Rodgers is getting close to 2 yards a game. I got nothing against him on that. He's getting.
The Jets.
Did you just compare Flacco to Aaron Rodgers? Oh my God!
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
that's hating words there.
Glick, what's good, man?
Super
Appreciate you
Bowl
coming through.
quarterbacks are both they're both going to be going in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
So
they
I
are.
think
Yes,
I
they
think
are.
they're both the same. I think Flacco back in the day when he was playing with Baltimore, they didn't want he wanted to go skateboarding with his son, but it was in his contract: do not skate. We don't want you hurt.
Yeah.
So we got
You know what?
not-
I do not share the opinions of
No?
the people in this broadcast on that.
I like Flacco better than Ryan.
I like Flacco too, but that's like
Smoke was good.
Smoke.
All right,
Hey,
we'll
Glick.
keep moving on. I see you over there, Glick.
What's in
You
the
and your
house?
comments. I'm on your case. The Browns are just as bad, son. See you next season. Join the bench and the couch. Khalil Shakir of the Bills. Start him against the Lions. You have to.
Oh, he's the best.
Yes.
You have to. You
See,
have
we agree on something. We're back on page.
Yes.
We have to. You have to. Period.
We're
That
back on
you
page.
just have to. Calvin Ridley of the Titans. Start him against the Bengals. I want to go ahead and say yes with no problem. He just has to get the damn ball. Sorry.
Yeah.
He has.
I've been
to
saying
get
that for weeks. What are his numbers like?
Let's see. He
Last
had,
week he had 12.9, but the volume is what caught my eye. He received 12 targets, while no other Titans saw more than 4. His 57
He got 5,
rate
6
led all
points.
players week
He's been
14.
averaging about 6.5 points a game, and he's projected to get 8. So probably because of the matchup.
Gotcha. You got to start him if you're a Titans fan. Just
I would start him.
I don't know if he's going to get on the field because Cincinnati is going to score so much. It's going to be insane.
he'll be on the field. He'll be on the field.
You're calling for a blowout.
Exactly.
It-
More starting options. Lions, Jameson Williams against the Bills, absolutely. DJ Moore of the Bears against the Vikings, absolutely. Malik Neighbors of the Giants against the Ravens, absolutely. Jacoby Myers of the Raiders against the Falcons,
I
absolutely.
really like him.
Yeah, that's your man's right there. That's your man.
Yeah.
Sit Brian Thomas Jr., the Jaguars against the Jets. I hate to say it, but you know what? I'm putting him on my watch list for next season.
Yeah.
I got to see more of his play, and I got to see more of his numbers. They've been bringing their attention in his direction a lot over the past couple of weeks. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I agree, Sid.
I would too. He's led the Jaguars receiving in low scoring wins while posting best receiving game since October
Yeah.
at the Patriots, but he's not racking up.
It's not a good situation there. That's the problem. I don't know if it's necessarily him, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily him. It's a situation. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Situation,
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree with that.
This next one, Debo, what
Deebo
happened?
Samuel of the 49ers sit him against the Rams. I really would not do this.
No.
He's not getting a lot of numbers. He's on the field. He is playing. It look like he's back healthy. He's just not getting the numbers.
He ended up getting 1.9 points for the game.
He is not dominant like he was. So maybe he's just not getting free from the routes. Maybe he's
No, you know what it is, Mike? Brandon
What?
Ayuk isn't out there, so the eyes are on him.
Oh, that's such a good point.
That's
You're
the
right. The
whole-
more that's such a good point because it frees up the field when you have two really good receivers.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, he's out there. And he's
You're
catching
not
the
just
ball.
a pretty face, my friend. All right, there we go.
Men
There we
call
go.
each other
Okay.
handsome. That's
All
it.
right. Okay.
Even against the
Okay.
Rams, tough game, hell of a game. This was a Thursday night game, was it not?
Yes, it was. And he got 1.9 points for that game.
There you go. Plain and simple.
But I'm talking in the future. What is going on with him? Is he done?
Nope. He's
No,
the
I
main
don't
target.
think
He's
so.
the main target. He's the
No.
main target.
They say sit him? What?
Yes. Hang on. Deebo Samuel, the problem is it was him and Brandon Ayuk out there at the same time. That was just him. That's it.
It's more than that.
No, it's not.
Oh yes,
Okay,
it is.
If you
No,
want more than that, okay, they don't have CMC out there either.
that's it.
And then Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Yes, and we
target's
lost,
all on
and
Deebo
we
Samuel.
lost faith. That's
Deebo
it changed
Samuel was
everything.
also on that Super Bowl team a few years ago, not the most recent one, the one before that. He's
Could it
been there
be-
for a minute.
Could it be they're getting old, buddy?
No.
Okay.
No.
We did talk about this though.
We did talk about this.
Christian McCaffrey, he might be near done, buddy. Come on.
He should be health wise. Michael Pittman of the Colts, sit him
Why
against the
is he?
Broncos.
He's got a back. He's got to be 100%, but he's got a back issue. And,
Oh, okay.
and
Because when he's good, he's good.
his
Oh,
point production has not been. It's been average, Mike.
he was great last year, so maybe that's what
I'd say he's a good receiver, but for fantasy football wise, don't get caught up in the name.
I love
I
that.
ain't gonna
He
say
got
that.
his money. He
I'm
got his
sticking
money.
on what I said, Glick, that he's the main target out there, and they're focused on him more than they can focus on everybody. So we got Ted in the house. Flacco's greater than Rodgers in 2013. There you go. There you go.
He gave you 1 year. Way to go,
There you
Ted.
go. Appreciate you coming
Ted.
through, Ted. Smoke, Glick, thank y'all.
Merry Christmas, Ted. There you
Michael
go.
Pittman against the Broncos. I got no debate. I can't. I just
That's
can't.
funny.
I just
That's
can't. Tank Dell, boy, sit him against the Dolphins.
He's hurt again. He must be hurt.
No, he's not catching the ball. Last week he caught 1 out of 4 targets for 23 yards. And he had a very quiet day after logging in receptions for 3 of his.
See, I wouldn't sit him because Miami's not great at covering receivers. They're just not.
This is a tragedy to agree with. I'm just going to leave this one up in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, wide receiver recommendations, week 15 of the 2024 season, of course, NFL.com. We are now going to the tight end position. Pause. We had 29 sets of eyes, 27 sets of eyes in here. Thank you, Sasha. I see you over there. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming through. Big ups to the Airtime Unrest Fantasy Football League. Big ups to the Tingles Bar and Grill Room on Cantina. Thank y'all for coming through. Houston is bad altogether. Yeah, they're coming apart. Brian told us that a couple weeks ago. Start them as sitters for the tight end position. David Njoku of the Browns against the Chiefs. You have to. Thank God he's 100%.
Just so you don't know, he's 45% chance of playing. He is questionable.
He's questionable. Thank you for that.
We mentioned that at the beginning of the
hamstring. That's
hamstring issue. Oh, jeez, that's not good.
No,
that's not good. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore that. Even though David Njoku's a great tight end when he's 100%. Let's be clear. He is phenomenal out there. Jonnu Smith of the Dolphins against the Texans. I'd start him. He will be one of the veteran tight ends.
He's got some good numbers. Yes,
he will be one of the veteran tight ends on my fantasy football league. He really will.
He hauled in the winning touchdown last week.
That's the game I remember. That's the one I was talking about in the beginning.
He got the winning touchdown against the Jets.
Yes. Gentlemen, I got no debate against this. Do you?
No, I like him now, but I didn't know anything about him up until a few minutes ago. But thank you.
Yeah, he had a good catch there.
Got you.
I saw the highlights. That's it. I really like him, and he's just not producing.
Yes, Hunter Henry of the Patriots. They say start him against the Cardinals. This surprises me.
Because he was really good in the last game. He looked good.
There on the screen.
7 targets for 75 yards.
Yeah, he looked great. For a tight end, that's excellent numbers.
Yeah, he had 7 to 8. He's projected at 6, but he had 7. So I'd start him. He's a good tight end.
Glick says if Njoku plays, you got to start him. I agree. But if he's got a hamstring injury, dude,
that's just an accident waiting to happen.
That's going to be a lot. Yeah. Hunter Henry starting against the Cardinals. He's been getting good numbers. Him and Drake May are working out. We're going to keep eyes on Hunter Henry. We've been talking about him all season, remember?
Right.
Mm-hmm. There have been Pat Freiermuth for the Steelers. Start him against the Eagles. This surprises me as well. You know why? Mm-hmm. Freiermuth is always on the field, but I've always said he never really gets big numbers. Maybe he'll be a difference or a factor in this game.
He's a big target.
He can find the end zone. He finds the end zone.
Yes, he's pretty much touchdown dependent by the numbers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He's great to have on your team. He just doesn't get a lot of points. He really is great to have on the team because he's on the field. You just don't know when he's going to score.
He's made the most of him being a minimum target of lately, but he had 1 touchdown in 3 of his last 5 games. So he's in a position to where they need short yardage and goal. He's right there in the end zone.
Have you guys ever heard the injury kidney?
No.
I see it here on the injury report. I've never seen that before.
Exactly, Glick. He is a difference maker. I 100% agree with you. For real.
I've been praising him for weeks, but he's great to watch. He's fun. He's enthusiastic. I don't know. They got a good team. Pittsburgh's got a good team.
Pittsburgh is doing better this season than I thought they were. I will agree to that.
He got 10 points 11 points fantasy football wise last week.
Right, for tight end, that's excellent. That's excellent.
That's baseball. You got to start him. Glick says he's a difference maker. I agree. We don't know when the difference is going to happen. He's a wild card. Sit him. Evan Ingram, the Jaguars against the Jets. I hate to agree with this, but yes, we're going to have to agree with this. We're going to have to agree with this. He did get a touchdown not too long ago, if I remember correctly.
I like him.
We got an update.
He's undergoing surgery on a torn leg.
Yeah, he's
out for the season.
out for the
Evan
season.
Ingram's out for the season. He got in. He got a game. He got drafted. He was recommended very highly. Great season for Evan Ingram. Get better, bro. Get better. Get better. Get better.
Kyle
Pitts and the Falcons.
Kyle? Maybe it's because of the quarterback.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Who is Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, he's been hurt on and off. Yeah, I've seen him in the injury report.
Drafted him.
Oh God, it doesn't look good right here. I'm looking right now. Fireman Rich at Buffalo, the injuries, it's not good.
Oh, is
Gotcha.
it?
Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. Start.
Oh my.
They say sit these or start these.
Knee.
These are-
Dalton's got a knee
These are
problem.
sitting. Holy smokes! These are
Yeah,
sitting.
yeah.
I gotta
he's-
check.
and everybody is hurt. Listen to me. He's got a knee problem.
Ooh, wait a minute! I lost my spot. I apologize.
No, you
I
didn't. You lost your
apologize.
mind.
Here we go. Yeah, if both of them are hurt, that's not good for the Bills at all.
Yeah, let me see.
No.
Kidman,
That's not good for the Bills at all. Those are two of their premier players on the roster. That's the main and the backup tight end.
Kidman's questionable with a knee.
Kincaid.
Kincaid is with a knee questionable, so that's why he's sitting him. And the other guy,
Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox, he played good last week.
He's not injured. He's not injured, but at least they don't have him here as injured for this week.
He's active, but I thought Knox played pretty good last week. He had 5 reception yards for 1 receipt.
Well, guess what this also is about?
Knox is really key in blocking and stuff like that. So
absolutely, there you go.
They're using him more as a blocker and stuff. That's why his name always comes to the forefront. Is clutch catching and stuff like that. No, and running. No.
This is going to be a problem.
Oh, you know what's good? Keon is full practice.
Good.
And it's not like we love Buffalo, right, Rich?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all are sick. Cole Kemet of the Bears. Do not start him against the Vikings. That's because of the damn Bears offense and the Vikings having that great ass season. I hate to agree with this. I hate to.
He had 0 points against San Francisco.
Look at who they were playing. San Francisco was pretty much primarily defense based on what we were just talking about with the offensive side. I hate to agree with this, but I'm going to have to, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your tight end recommendations, week 15 of the 2024 season, according to NFL.com. We are now going to go to the kickers. Kickers and defenses are going to roll pretty quick. By now, once you go through the rosters of the offensive players, you kind of know what your kickers are going to do. You kind of know what your defense is going to do. They've been narrowing it down pretty well for everybody.
Look at the top 2.
Yes, Chris Boswell of the Steelers, Jake Bates of the Lions, Chase McLaughlin of the Bucks. They say start him. Kaimi Fairbairn, Cameron Dicker, Brandon Aubrey, hands down, no brainer. Chad Ryland, Jason Sanders, Jason Myers, Justin Tucker, Tyler Bass, start them all, start them all, start them all. Matthew Wright of the Chiefs, Zane Gonzalez of the Commanders, Brandon McManus of the Packers, Will Shard of the Vikings, Cade York of the Bengals, Will Lutz of the Broncos. Start them, start them, start them. The kickers you sit, Young Ho Koo. I wouldn't.
I'm checking out. Yo converts both his.
Not this game.
He racked up 7 points last week. That's pretty good for a kicker. So why
yes,
they go?
Because who they're up against and what they got to face as a
moderately
team.
involved.
Jake Moody of the 49ers, Jake Elliott of the Eagles, Dustin Hopkins of the Browns, Cairo Santos of the Bears, Daniel Carson of the Raiders, sit him. Anders Carlson of the Jets, Joey Sly of the Patriots, Joshua Carter of the Rams, Blake forgive me for saying his name wrong, Eddie Pinheiro, Graham Gano, damn it, veteran kicker. He's been a beast. Matt Gay, Nick Folk, another veteran. Cam Whittle, let's say sit those kickers. Ladies and gentlemen, those are kicker recommendations.
Oh, Jake Elliott's missing field goals. That's why.
Gotcha. Week 15, 2024.
But the first one there, cool. He's
good.
He's a good
thing.
He's a good
they're talking about the game specifically and what they're up against.
I mean, when we had the starter kick him, he was always top of the list.
Yes, he was. Why would they sit him this week? That's telling me something about the Raiders. Stardom defense, the Vikings against the Bears, no brainer. Gentlemen, is there any debate on that at all?
Let me get to the defense here. What do we got here?
Start Vikings defense.
No, start him. Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah.
Mike?
I feel sorry for the I want us to do one show where we do the first show and do all of our predictions and then laugh
Mhm.
our asses off.
Mhm.
Chicago, I had such high hopes. I really thought they were going to
Yeah,
win their division.
yeah. They look stacked at the beginning of the season, but
Hopkins is hot garbage.
yeah, Hopkins is
Really?
hot, damp garbage. He needs
I
to.
don't know what we're gonna do about Glick. I'll get on him about that next episode when he goes. We had 28 cents. I thank you all for coming through. I have no debate against this because I knew the Bears wasn't going to do that good. I knew it. Look at them, 4-9. That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
They should have been better than that. Literally.
and they're on the verge. If they lose one game, they're out.
They're
And
done now.
mathematically, they're percentage wise, they're like less than 10% are making the playoffs.
Got
Right.
you. I got breaking news right now. David Njoku is inactive. They are confirming it right now. I think you said that earlier, Mike. I didn't see it official. I'm seeing it now. Denver Broncos start their defense against the Colts. Yes. Yes.
I got 23 there.
Yes.
Shit,
Yes.
24.
The Ravens start their defense against.
The Ravens defense is not good, guys.
Yeah, but Giants offense is trash.
I can't believe how bad that Baltimore is this year in
They're
comparison
not
to
bad.
last
They
year.
still got a winning record. They're still in the playoffs. They can still make it to the Super Bowl. They're not bad.
They're wild card though. They're not.
I know they should be better. I agree, but they're still in
They
the.
should have won their division. Period.
We are still in the mix. We're going to take that. The Steelers are better than we thought they were. Remember?
Oh, the Steelers
Yes.
blew
same
my
division.
mind. The
division.
Chargers have blown my mind. The Commanders have blown my mind.
Mhm.
The Commanders look like they were going to take it all, and then our dear friend Jaden, his ribs got really. It's hard to throw with your
Mhm.
ribs hurting.
Mhm. I agree. Ravens defense starting against the Giants. That's
What the hell happened in New York? Oh,
the
geez.
Jets defense against the Jaguars.
That was
I mean, what
belly
else do they had to lose? Either team. They had the same record. Look at this. And I'm going to say, look at this shit. The both of them. Look
It's
at
awful.
this shit. They're 3-10. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry.
No, but you know what that's like? It's like picking the pile that's less smelly. It's not good.
Yes, you know he's green on the other side.
It's
It
bad.
is sit them. Defense is Pittsburgh Steelers. Sit them against the Eagles. I wouldn't. Ain't no
Oh,
way.
no
in
way.
hell.
What? Who thought that?
Ain't no way in.
They're
the-
disruptors like Tony D. They're good.
Oh Lord, this motherfucker. Rich, you good over there?
Yes, I'm good.
I'm just.
No, they
scrolling.
are though. They're
Scrolling through.
disruptors.
The Detroit Lions.
That's gonna be a good game.
Let me be honest. There's no way in the hell I sit their defense. Both teams, the Lions and the Bills, you see the both of them right here together, recommended as sit-ems. I would have all hands on deck on both.
They're
sides.
gonna be bruised the next
This,
week.
ladies and gentlemen, is the potential Super Bowl as of right now.
Yes, Yes.
Potential
that's
Super
the one
Bowl
that people want,
as of
right?
right. I want Detroit.
That's the game. That's the game to tonight, and Bills are going to win this game. I think.
That's the Super Bowl people
That
want.
is a potential Super Bowl right there. The 49ers defense sit them against the Rams. This was Thursday night. Listen,
Two premier teams going against. That's why they got it like that.
I don't think it would have been a lot of points, but there's no way I would have set them down because that was a straight West Coast NFC fight.
Right.
Interstate rivalry. Hands
It was
down.
tight. That was a
Yes, it
tight
was.
game.
Yes, pause. Ladies and gentlemen, defensive recommendations, week 15, 2024 season, of course, NFL.com. Gentlemen, we are done.
Wow.
Now it is time. My man, Fireman Rich, can you pull up the record, please, sir?
Yeah. Hang on for a minute. Let me. I'm just doing something here.
Oh, we're doing good on time too.
Well, hang on. I got. Let me bring it up here. As far as last week, we our win losses very close as far as that goes. And let's see, minimize the ribbon. Let's go there, and bring it down here. Hang on.
Rich, don't suck your teeth no damn more.
You can have it set. It's just like, okay, here we go. We have the tote board here. Okay.
Picking the parsley out of his teeth from his scrambled eggs this morning.
He's getting old. We're up. We all are.
Yeah, we all are.
I'm right up there with you.
Almost there. Hang on. Here we go. Window, and there we got it. There we go.
Okay.
As far as that goes, the win losses. As far as Ted, he won 10-3. Tina,
Way to go.
Tina was up there, and I'm surprised at that. I thought it was going to be lower, and
Way to go, Tina.
but everybody, we're above except Brian. We're all above the CBS expert there, so that's what we're. And then overall for week after week 14, which is 208 games. Tony's still in the first, and is 3 points below that is Michael, and then I'm 3 games behind there, and then CBS is right on my ass, 2 games, and Ted is moving up. He ended up switching, going from 6th to 5th. So he's got some good picks, and
Yeah, but he hasn't done every week. That's why he's not doing really well.
who Ted? No, Ted.
Yeah.
That's every week. This is every week. The only person that has not done every week is Captain Rehab. He is eliminated from the weekly thing now.
Well, he's been eliminated from some networks, but we'll leave that.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
we'll leave that for another time.
All right. He's from his shower scenes.
But the difference on these games right now, especially with 3 weeks, this week, well, the last 4 weeks here, is like the picks are. There's only 2. I think this is going to be the results at the end of the season right here. I can see Michael and Tony going back and forth and stuff. I'm not sure about my picks because I'm making some harebrained picks there, I guess you could say. But
you're in the run here.
My whole goal is just to stay above CBS because CBS, he's a paid expert. So if you're doing better than the paid expert, and we're talking some big figures that this guy Pete Presco, he's the games that I draw from that he picks on CBS every week. But he's got some good articles, so he's got some good perspective on it.
Absolutely.
So that's how we stand.
Absolutely. Appreciate that, Rich.
Yep.
Mike, now you got good 20 minutes. Actually, you got about 15.
Well, I do have one subject I do want to bring.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
Let me see if I bring this up. It's something that was in the news here that let me get to my article here. Did you hear about the Kansas City Chiefs cut kicker Matthew Wright days after the game-winning field goal last week?
No, I did not.
Because Harris Buckler is returning.
Harrison Buckler.
Wright was also named AFC Special Teams Player of the Week for his heroics, but they cut him. He's out.
What they cut him for?
Because the main kicker's coming back off of injuries.
All you got to do is put him back on the practice squad or bench him.
I don't know. I didn't really but that was just the thing the highlight there as far as that goes. So go ahead, Mike.
That's messed up. What they cut him for?
I think that's cold. He wins the game for you, but he's out the next week. Maybe way to go. Keep him on the payroll for a couple more weeks.
Yeah. Let him finish the season out.
Yeah.
What you got, Mike?
There's so many things I want to talk about, but first off, if it's okay with you guys, I really would love to go down memory lane just for a second and talk about, first of all, our picks at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And how wrong we were. And I think the only thing that I was remotely right on was I had a feeling that the Eagles would do well this year.
But they are.
No, but that was the only team. I trashed. I had a little question. I didn't think they were going to be as good as they are right now, but I think that's primarily Barkley is spurred confidence in that team.
He has been a beast this season.
Yes.
An absolute beast.
I'm worried about certain coaches this year. Maybe being able to keep their Mike McDaniel. They're okay. The Dolphins. What do they need to fix? I thought they would do a lot better. I was thinking today about do they need a total rebuild now with the 49ers?
No.
I'm talking about 49ers, not Dolphins.
Yes. As far as the 49ers, and let me jump in on this, please. They do not need a rebuild. They are going to have to move on without Christian McCaffrey. But they were already Super Bowl worthy before him because they've been before he got there. Mm-hmm. He was a bonus to that roster. They should have been undefeated, in my opinion. But he got hurt. Brandon Ayuk got hurt. Purdy got hurt. Mm-hmm. So they don't need to do a rebuild, not in my opinion. Because, like I said, they were Super Bowl worthy before Christian McCaffrey. So they can do it again. They need some youth. I'll go ahead and say that. Mind you, Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel were there when they went to the Super Bowl. Before this last one, I think it was about 4 or 5 seasons ago. They were already there. So they're relevant. They are dangerous. They are a problem in the NFC. In all honesty, so I don't think they need to rebuild more than anything. What do we have here? Mike Evans. Yes, he took a couple of weeks off, and I believe he's still on pace. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
He needs 410 yards in the next, so he needs to average over 100. If he has one game where he blows up and he gets 200, I think he'll do it. But
He
that's
should
pretty
do it.
hard.
With what he has as far as their remaining schedule, he should make it.
If he's going to do it, it probably would be against the Cowboys and the Panthers, and I mean, he might do it. Those
It'll
three
be against Carolina and the Saints because he's used to playing against them. This new Cowboys is a bonus. That's damn near a guarantee that he'll make it. That's almost a guarantee. The Chargers I would almost debate, but I think he'll be there. If he's at 870, you said 877 right now?
No, he needs 410 yards. He's only at
He's 590. He's at 590.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's a huge workload. I think he might fall short. I hope he doesn't. I would love to see him continue. But
Miles of yard seasons, I agree. What you think, Rich?
I don't know. The way San Francisco's going, they're.
He's Tampa Bay.
Oh, is he Tampa Bay?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. What the
He's
hell?
been getting 1,000 yards a season for at least a decade, I think.
Well, he has been removed from the injury report as far as Sunday, so it depends on if he has a recurring injury. That could be a hampering in the last few games here.
That's the whole relevancy of him and Chris Godwin have been monsters down there.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
want
he's active, but he has a hamstring also issue.
Mhm.
So, hamstring doesn't go away as far as it's he may be he's 99% chance of playing, but Achilles and hamstrings they linger with you. They don't heal. So but he could have a blowout game there these last 4 games here. So we'll have to see.
We'll go with it. Mike, what you got here? Lions like yeesh.
What's this one?
remaining schedules. Who will win the North NFC? So we'll see, which is super competitive,
I mean,
right?
damn, the Vikings got to play the rest of their division.
Well, the NFC North is already clinched. Detroit clinched it.
Detroit clinched the yes, so Minnesota's
Yeah.
probably 24.
So,
A portion of it.
they've
I think
clinched
they
the
clinched it.
division. The Vikings, they
Trying
have
to
an
get
X according to ESPN. They're 12-1. I don't. That doesn't mathematically add up. So
Well, what you're looking at is clinching the division and then clinching the playoff berth.
yeah, but
No.
we still have 4 games left.
Yes,
Right.
that's how relevant they are in comparison to everybody else.
If anything, Detroit doesn't. If they clinch it, and Minnesota, one of those 2 teams is going to be the wild card. One of the 2 wild cards for the conference.
I think Minnesota will make the playoffs. Green Bay might be fighting for a wild card with the rest of the conference. You see what I'm saying?
No,
The whole NFC right now.
let's see. Yeah.
And
No,
then
you're right. The only thing Washington Commanders could knock, they're pretty close to Green Bay, as far as if they win the rest of their games and Green Bay just craps out. And the only other teams, possibly Los Angeles and Seattle. Whoever wins that division, the other team they're both 8 and Seattle's 8-5 at the lead of the division. That's because they probably beat Los Angeles, and Los Angeles 8-6. So it comes down to just the closeness as what we had with the win-loss chart there. It's the same with these teams that we're talking about right now.
Gotcha. What else you got, Mike?
Is there any one player this year that has really shocked you? Is there any one player? For me, there's several that have like
I've got 2.
okay,
Well, I said 3.
yeah, you go for it now. Mine are more apologies than
Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, why? Why is that a shock for you? I'm just curious.
Well,
to know.
he's just his storyline before he came on to the Baltimore Ravens. He wasn't really, his numbers were up there, but he just came in and he had some monstrous games this year. And the same thing with Barkley. I was never going to expect. I figured he'd have a good performance, but he's just to be, whether he gets it or not, but just to be mentioned as a possible MVP. He's had some people noticing him, and then of course Josh Allen. He just keeps on performing. He's playing better this year than last year because the last several years he's been played with interceptions and stuff. And then Glick has something there, Tony.
Yeah, I got it up there.
Okay. The division's still up for grabs. But whoever is the second of those, Glick, is going to probably end up taking a wild card.
Yes, between the last two, you're right.
Yes. So
how can I say this? The Lions are in trying to get home field advantage.
That's where it comes into play. Exactly.
That's when it starts getting crazy in the playoffs. But I like what Glick said and how he said it. Maybe we're phrasing it wrong. What we got here?
Can you read that, or is it too hard to read?
It's kind of small. Hang on.
Yeah.
Best players.
Yeah.
Well, those are the best players. Josh Allen, Lamar. I don't know. Yeah, Lamar. Running backs, Montgomery and Robinson, and Dow. Wide receivers.
See, I think David Montgomery
Tyreek Hill was real good last week. He's
doing
still, relevant.
The Lions have so many weapons. They really do. They have such depth, like on offense.
They do. Yes.
Tyreek Hill, I don't think he's been great this year. I don't know how he got on this.
He has his moments. I'll say that. He does have, as far as he romped on it last week there, as far as a couple key catches for the Dolphins and stuff, if I recall.
And I love how they mentioned here Jamar Chase and also Nico Collins, Justin Jefferson.
Wide receivers, yeah.
And then they didn't put one name in here under tight ends. No one.
Thank you, Glick. Thank you.
And then as a notable mention, and I've said this before, Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon has been phenomenal this year. Really good. Like kind of under the radar type of thing. Saquon, we know, is the beast of the league.
You want the surprise of the season? That backwards leap over that other player is the highlight of the year. Hands down. Who jumps over somebody backwards with a football in your hand? That ain't normal.
He got drug tested after the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they drug tested him after that. He laughed. He was fine.
Of course. 36 hours. Thank you all for coming through. Gentlemen, any final thoughts?
I'm just grateful for this assembly of great minds and old farts. It's good.
I thank the both of y'all for helping me carry this.
Yeah.
I truly do. Everybody in the chat as well. The league members for helping me keep this alive. The people checking us out. The folks bringing the questions. The new people coming in, sticking around. Your co-workers, Mike, like you said, or the people.
I was shocked how many people said, I watch you. They brought up I think the most disturbing thing I heard was we were not stable, and the only one that was Fireman Rich. And he said Fireman Rich, and I went, you are watching it.
Yes.
Is he watching them, bro?
He's watching, and he goes, yeah, I watch him. He said, when I'm doing my work, I put it on. But they're not watching it when it's on. They're watching it when it's...
The replay, yeah.
And it's LinkedIn. This is all LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn people are watching. I got a couple people that told me last week.
At office. At the office, they're watching us.
Yeah.
And a lot of times...
All I got to mention in closing,
it's
Tony.
an icebreaker for an environment. People in Change Their Mind, and most guys do talk football. A lot of people, more people in the fantasy than people realize.
Yeah.
So I literally think the whole league, you two, y'all weren't even league members. Y'all just came up here to talk football with me, and I thank y'all for that. Thank everybody in the chat. I thank my Habs folks.
Right.
Been wanting y'all to be here since day one. The people who come in from either one of your live streams to see what we're doing together. I thank each and every last one of y'all. Like I said, we ain't even doing this for the money. We just tripping out, hanging out, talking about something that a lot of people can relate to and can contribute to as well. Appreciate it. What you got, Rich?
Well, I'm just going to end it the way I started, talking about the Bills playing Detroit Lions today. This is it has to be the game of the week because it's featuring two high-scoring offensives and two MV candidates, both Josh Allen and Jared Goff as quarterbacks. Both defenses do have issues, which probably will make it a shootout. The Bills are playing consecutive road games, which isn't easy, but this is according to my man Pete Presco. He thinks that they'll find a way to pull it off in a small upset behind Allen, and I would have to agree with that. I think this is going to be like you said earlier, Tony, that a prequel to a possible Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
Right, see, but Tony's been saying that from the beginning, and it says it's so funny. Historical context, this game has been seen as potential Super Bowl. This is Grok, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, but I also
know
like
how shocking that is. I know how shocking that is, Tony. Boy, very shocking.
I'll have to see what Gemini has to say on that matter.
Y'all are a mess. Gentlemen, appreciate you all for coming through. Ladies and gentlemen, please follow Fireman Rich on Rumble. He's on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 0600 in the morning with the morning coffee. Rich, brother veteran, as he always calls me, and I call him the same thing. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Michael George Bathurst down there, #ShotMGB, one of the guys that got me live streaming like crazy. Yep. Literally.
LinkedIn, keep watching. Keep watching
us. I
wanted
him around because he kept me around him. I met a lot of people. We had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of conversations.
Michael is the motivator.
If you ever catch any of the old broadcasts we've done, it has been hilarious. I've been recapping on some old broadcasts between his, Smokes, and Ted's over the past few months. Let me tell y'all something. We were classic. We were epic. A lot of people up in here, y'all ain't us. I'm throwing it out there. Y'all ain't us. Nonsensical Network will be on in a minute on YouTube. Check them out. They talk football. Blake, appreciate you coming through. Tina, appreciate you coming through. Ted, appreciate you coming through. Smoke, thank you for coming through. Sasha, Airtime on Rest Fantasy Football League. Thank y'all. Tango's Bar and Grill on Cantina. Thank y'all. Controversial, thank you for coming through. Debbie, thank you for coming through. And Bunsen, thank you for coming through. D's Nuts, hilarious. Thank you for coming through. Bernie, you Aussie no good. That's my man down there, Bernie. Bernie, man, I appreciate
He's our mate. He's our mate down under.
That's right. I'm going to drop down. Maybe we'll do something later on tonight. Definitely next week. Thank you all again. The holidays are coming. You all be safe. Watch this weather. The weather's doing some craziness. Damn it, if you're on the East Coast, watch them drones. If you're on the West Coast, watch them earthquakes and them tornadoes y'all ain't used to getting. Everybody around the world, take care of yourselves. Start taking advantage of each other.